Okay, so let's come back. So how many seconds are there in a year? That means a lot of calculation. But the first thing we need to realize that both year and seconds, they're all measuring time. Okay, they're measuring the same thing, but they're different units. So we should convert from year to seconds. So how do we do the conversion? We start one step by one step. We first assume that this is just a regular year, 365 days, okay, not 366 days. So 1 year has 365 days. So for each day, we have 24 hours. So for 1 day, we convert it into 24 hours. So total, we have 365 times 24 hours. Okay. So for each hour, we rewrite in terms of minutes. So for each hour, we have 60 minutes. So this is in total 365 times 24 times 16 minutes. For each minute is 60 seconds. So we rewrite everything in terms of seconds. 365 times 24 times 60 times 60 equals to seconds. So what is the final answer? Can anyone give me type into the calculator already? Can anyone, any brave person to speak out the answer for me?
31,536,000.
I'm sorry, can you speak louder or you can type in? I didn't hear clearly. Very good. So did everybody get the same answer? Okay.
Yeah.
So let's 3, 1, 5, 3, 6, 0, 0, 0 seconds. Good. That's it. Okay, any question on this one? Okay, so here we have a summary of unit analysis. The first point, you can generally cannot add or subtract numbers with different units. You have to make sure they're converted into the same type of unit. Okay. So the second point is that in the mathematical question, you see a few keywords. Each of the keywords means the underlying meaning is here. So for example, when you say per, it means division, the mathematical division, something over something. For example, miles, if miles is divided by hours, it is miles per hour. So this is a typical measure of speed. So the next one is hyphen. It means multiplication. If you have 2 units, so the kilowatt is a measure of electricity, and hour is a measure of time. So if this unit times this unit, you use a hyphen between those two. Okay, so that you create a new unit in this way. Next word is square. Square is basically the same thing with multiplication, just the same unit multiplied with itself. For example, feet times feet, or feet squared or reads as square feet, feet squared. So it means the measure of the area. So when your parents, maybe you have not bought a house yet. When your parents bought a house, they're looking at the price per square feet of your house or apartment, right? So this is a measure of area. If we go one step further, we get cube. Cube is a measure of the volume. So if you times 1 feet, 1 feet, 1 feet, 3 feet together, you get a cube feet. This is a measure of volume. So this may sound very abstract. So let's say 1 feet, let's say this is 1 feet. Okay, this is not even 1 inch yet, but just imagine it is 1 feet. So when this measures length. When you have 1 feet, you have another feet, they build up a rectangle. So this measures the area. What if you have 1 feet, 1 feet, 1 feet, 1 feet? So, but right now you add another feet behind it. So make it a cube. One feet, 1 feet. This is also 1 feet. This measures the volume. Okay, so you see, just how the same unit multiply with itself again and again. You get the measurements for different kind of information. Okay, any question about the illustration and about the so-called keywords? The third bullet point is easier to keep track of units if you replace division with multiplication by reciprocal. So for example, instead of dividing by 60 seconds per minute, you can multiply with 1 minute over 60 seconds. So he's just trying to tell you a calculation trick so that your life would be easier. Okay, this is just a trick. This is not any definition or not. This is just a trick. The fourth step is when you complete your calculations, make sure your answer has the units you expected. If it doesn't, you have done something wrong. So this is a general reminder. There's nothing special. Make sure it has the unit you want. That's it. Okay, any question before we turn to the next page? Next page is using dimension analysis to determine how long it will take to drive 400 miles in your Toyota Highlander, where your average speed is 65 miles per hour. Yeah. Let me do it. You need to drive 400 miles. So 400 miles is I think is a distance between Denver and somewhere in, let's say, Albuquerque, right? or between Denver and Yellowstone National Park. Somewhere around that distance. So you like imagine you are on your journey to Albuquerque. You are going to attending the International Hot Balloon Festival. The speed limit on the I-25 is 65 miles per hour. You are driving strictly at the speed limit. So how many hours would you expect to drive in order to get to Albuquerque? So let's do the calculation. So let's set the unknown variable as t, okay? We do not know how many hours, but we know the speed already. So t times this speed I just use slash to represent per, they're the same thing. Okay. T times 60 hours equal to your journey is 400 miles. So we want to figure out how much time it is. So we go back to the basic algebra. We divide both sides with the numbers and the units. So t equal to divide everything with 6 times miles per hour. 400 miles. When you see the same unit, you can cancel them. 65 miles per hour. Okay, so this is still a small fraction. Okay, the idea is you can cancel the same unit as you wish. So this goes back to the trick here, the third trick. If you are dividing by something, you can multiply its reciprocal. Okay, this is a trick. In this case, we are dividing by this guy. So we can multiply with this guy's reciprocal. So what's this guy's reciprocal? It is just 60 miles. It was all before we transfer to the reciprocal is in the upper part. Now it's in the lower part. And you have 1 hour in the bottom. Okay, this is just 1 hour. So in this way, you can cancel miles with miles. Then you can do the calculation 400 over 65 times 1 hour. Anything times 1 is just self. So 465 hour. If you can plug into the calculator, you will get some decimals. So can anyone do me a favor to plug this in the calculator? Feel free to let me know when you get the answer.
$6.1538.
Okay, very good. Let's just keep two decimals, 6.15 hours. That's it for this question. Does anyone have any kind of question? Okay, so let's continue to the next one. Use dimension analysis to prove that 1 square yard is equivalent with 9 square feet, as shown in the picture below. Yard is also a measure of length. Okay, yard is also a measure of length. So 1 square yard. So this, look at this rectangle. On this side, you have 1 yard. On the other side, you have another yard. So 1 yard times the other yard. So this is 1 square yard. However, realize that 1 yard is 3 feet. So you have 1 feet here, 1 feet here, 1 feet here. You also have 1 feet here on this side, 1 feet here on this side, 1 feet here on this side. So you can simply count how many square feet you have in the same rectangle. The same rectangle, this is 1 square yard. See, it's equivalent with 9 in total, 9 square feet. Okay, so that's the whole argument process. So that's how we prove 1 square yard equal to 9 square feet. So this is just a verbal argument. Let me write some mathematical formulas down. Okay, so 1 yard equal to 3 feet. 1 square yard equal to 1 yard times 1 yard. And we know that 1 yard is 3 feet. The other yard is also square feet. Or 3 feet. So 3 feet times 3 feet. So in total, you have 3 times 3, 9. Feet times feet, feet square. So you have square feet. That's it. Anyone has any question? Okay. So I hope this sounds reasonable to you guys. So let's look at example 8. I give you 5 minutes to work on it. Okay, so now it's your turn to work on it. Example 8. Okay, so let me get started on this question. So 2 feet cubed. How much is 2 feet cubed? Is 2 times 1 feet, 1 foot actually, times 1 foot times 1 foot. I should add parentheses. That's 2 feet cubed. So if you break down, it means such a thing. So what is 1 feet? 1 feet is 12 inches, right? 12 inches times 12 inches times 12 inches. Okay. So we can move all the numbers together and move all our units together. Let's first look at the numbers. 2, 12, 12. So you have 2 times 12 times 12 times 12. Then move all the units together. So we have inches cubed. So can anyone tell me what is this number is?
3,456.
I'm sorry, can you speak louder or you can type into it? Thank you. Thank you, Dasha. So this is the answer. 3,456 inches cubed. That's it. So I think the most important step is here. Break down what is the cubic feet into 1 feet, 1 foot, 1 foot. Then you can transfer every foot into inches. Okay. Anyone has any question on this one? Okay, sounds all good. The last page today is currency exchange. So here's the thing. Different countries have different type of money, right? So in Britain, they have the pound. In Canada, they have the Canadian dollar. In Europe, they have the European euro. In Japan, they have the Japanese yen. In Mexico, they have the Mexican peso. Okay. So for anyone who want to travel internationally, you have to know how to transfer or exchange your dollars, your US dollars into the local currency. And the money has different values. So this is just a recorded number for January 2017. Okay. So what does the first rule means? Dollar per foreign. So which means $1 is 1.22 British pound. Okay. This means $1 is 0.0586 Canadian dollar. So this means the US dollar has more value than British pound, since 1 US dollar is 1.2 British pound. So this means $1 is only 0.7586 Canadian dollar. So means in this case, the US dollar is only $1 is only was 0.75 foreign currency. Okay, so anyone has any question about it? Oh, I apologize. I think I made a mistake. So this means 1 British pound okay, I just said everything in the reversed way. So I should say that 1.221 means 1 British pound equal to $1.221. Okay. So I just said everything in the reversed way. So similarly, 1 Canadian dollar US dollar. I just write dollar to represent the US dollar, okay? Okay, so anyone has any question on this one, on the meaning of those numbers? So let me keep reading. So means 1 USD. This is represent shorthand notation for US dollars. Mean 0.81 British pound. Okay. Does anyone has any question about those information? Okay. So if nobody has any question, we actually just answered the question for the so-called the conversion factor between US dollars and Canadian dollar. So we just answered. So 1 Canadian dollar is 0.7586 dollars. Okay. So the answer is just this. And we can also write another sentence to make the answer complete. We write 1 US dollar equal to 0.75. Oh, sorry, 1 Canadian dollar equal to 0.75 US dollar. So let's go backwards. Canadian dollar here. 1 US dollar equal to 1.318 Canadian That's it. So those two sentences are your answers. Those are your conversion factors between US dollars and Canadian dollars. Okay, so anyone has any question on this one? Okay, so let me tell you, since I see the Mexican peso, this recalls my memory when I travel to Mexico. Let me tell you my memory, the story when I travel to Mexico related with Mexican peso. So on this table, you guys see one Mexican peso is approximately, one US dollar is approximately 21 or 22 Mexican peso, right? So one US dollar is approximately 21 or 22 Mexican peso. So in the Thanksgiving trip of 2019, just before the COVID outbreak, so I took a cruise line to the Cozumel Island in Mexico. So let's say this is Mexico, a long banana type of geographic area, right? So at the end of the banana is a Cozumel Island, a small island. And I took a taxi on the island. Since the island is pretty much designed for tourists, they accept US dollars directly. I took a taxi. The taxi driver said, okay, in order to get to there, you have to pay me $15. I look at my pocket and I only see $20 US dollar cash. So if I give him 20 US dollars, he's supposed to give me back how much? Yes, 5 US dollars. However, he played a trick on me. He thinking I'm a foreigner. I'm a foreigner. I'm not even American. So he thinks that I do not know the currency very well. So he's supposed to give me $5, but he didn't give me $5. Instead, he gave me $50, 50 Mexican pesos. And he claimed to me, okay, according to the current exchange rate, this is just 5 US dollars. 50 Mexican peso is just 5 US dollars. Do you guys see the trick? Frank, it seems that you are trying to tell me something.
Yeah, I think it's like 20 pesos per dollar.
Yeah, so he
That's
gave
only
me
like
50
$2
pesos.
and change.
And he claims that the 50 peso is $5. Yeah, Frank, so how much he actually gave to me?
It's like $2.30, I'd say.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So he tried to fool me in that way, but I'm not so easy to be fooled. And I argued with him. I pull my cell phone and I literally type into my Google $1 US and Mexican peso. I literally show him the currency exchange rate. And I said, this is not $5. It's not enough. Give me another extra 50 peso. Then he laughed, ha 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 ha, and give his money to me. That's the whole story. So just a friendly reminder, whenever you travel to a foreign country, beware with the exchange rate. So many local small merchants are going to fool you, play such a trick, okay? Okay, so any question about my real life experience? Okay. So if nobody has any question, let's just continue to the last question. This time you travel to Japan. I mean, since most of us are Americans, we kind of drink much. We're addicted to milk. This is just stereotype. Western people are addicted to milk. So in Japan, actually, not so many people drink milk, just like many Southeastern Asian countries, because those people, they are not, their genetics are not well designed to digest milk. Okay, so many people cannot digest milk very well in Japan. That's why not so many people in Japan or Southeast Asia drink milk. So, but however, as we Americans, we travel to Japan, we still want to drink milk, and we spent 200 Japanese yuan for 1 liter of milk. Okay, so you see, this is not liter. So when you go to a gas station here, you often see everything, every liquid is mixed, calculated in gallon. And you also see 200 Japanese yuan. So you also want to know how much money is that in US dollars. So let's do the conversion. 200 Japanese yuan per liter. So now you have two jobs. First job is convert 200 Japanese yuan into US dollar. So the way we do that, you can convert 1 yuan into US dollar first. So let's keep the 200s as it is. So this is 1 yuan. Rewrite everything in terms of fraction. This is 1 liter, okay? So then you can convert 1 yuan into 1 US dollar. Can anyone tell me what is 1 yuan US dollar? How much is this? Just look at the table.
.008658.
Very good, thank you. So this is 1 yuan is 0.008658. You add a dollar sign at the end to represent US dollar, okay? We also need to convert 1 liter into gallon. Can anyone tell me how much is 1 liter in terms of gallon? They are all measure of volume. So same. So we do not have it on this table. So we should look at Google to find it. Can anyone do me a favor to find out how much is 1 liter in terms of gallon?
1 gallon is equal to 3.785 liters.
Yes. So can we go the reverse way to figure out how much is 1 liter in terms of gallon? So what is 1 liter in gallon? Can anyone do me a favor, find it? Just type the keyword 1 liter gallon. Should be able to see it immediately in the Google.
.264172.
Very good, thank you. Point
264172.
4172. Thank you so much. Okay, so now we have such a messy fraction. Again, we combine numbers with numbers units with units. So if you recombine items, you should have such a fraction. Okay, here is what I need your help again. So can anyone do me a favor to calculate this? How much is this? Yeah. Do me a favor, find the number here. By the way, I use a dot to represent multiplication. Here, dot means multiplication. Okay. Do me a favor, do a calculation for me. Okay, has anyone figured out the number?
She put it in the chat, 6.55.
Oh, great. Thank you. 6.55 a gallon. Okay, thank you, Dasha. Great, we have finished our class. So stay here if you have any question. Now do not go. I need to take the attendance. Let me take a screenshot for the attendance purpose. Okay, do not go. Okay. Now you should be able to go. Stay here if you have any question. Otherwise, feel free to go.
Bye.
Bye bye. See
Okay.
you.
Thank you.